up, about 29% over the last year. It's run into some problems. AI doesn't seem like it's as hot as it was. Growth rates are starting to come down, even though they're explosive. What kind of data do you have here on Nvidia?
Yeah, it's tough to maintain growth rates that Nvidia had. At some point, the law of large numbers catches up to you. But, when I think about Nvidia, I just think about overall, when you look at the way the world is moving right now. And I'm not talking about just business. I'm just talking about the entire world. Where is the money flowing? And without question, an enormous percentage of the money is flowing into AI and generative AI. So, if we look at IT budgets across enterprises, and these are large companies, but I think you can tease this out to the smallest companies in the world. Everybody's doing the same thing, and they're overwhelmingly prioritizing generative AI spending as their top spend in a unprecedented way, even ahead of security. And so this, for us, underscores the massive tidal wave of cash and wealth that is being shifted towards exactly what NVIDIA is the best in the world at, and that is producing generative AI and empowering those structures. And so, NVIDIA at this point, I think, is the recipient of a massive tidal wave of cash. I think if we look at it versus other semiconductor stocks, we do see AMD kind of creeping up in terms of web visit growth. That shows us that when NVIDIA runs out of inventory, or if NVIDIA gets too expensive for somebody, AMD is the next one that they look at, and AMD is starting to catch up in some way. So they're a good second place bet, I think, here. But when we look at NVIDIA, really the question isn't, will this company grow? I think what Wall Street's wrestling with is how fast will the company grow? And that's a pretty good position to be in. It's the type of position that we saw out of Amazon and Netflix in the early days of the multi-decade trends that propelled those stocks. I think NVIDIA's in the same spot here. If you're a short-term trader, yeah, you can make the argument that Wall Street got ahead of itself and that the growth rates are already priced in. But if you're looking long-term, there is still clearly one winner from a massive tidal wave of cash that is coming into this space.
Andy, I wonder, because the numbers coming out of CapEx from all the big hyperscalers didn't drop off at all. Matter of fact, it increased, right? The question is there a Palantir moment in NVIDIA's future? Is there where they stop selling to hyperscalers and sell to everyone, every single person, right? Is there some moment that takes this stock back up to crazy, popularity levels again? Because it seems like just complacency breeds contempt on this name, and they're so used to it being good that they're bored with it. When the numbers keep coming in, they've got a Rubin chip sitting in the future waiting behind the Blackwell chip that they claim is sold out, and all the numbers just keep getting better. You've got good news out of pulling back the Biden laws about who they can sell to, and changing the H20 chip for China. There is some good news, but is there that moment coming, Andy? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think there is, but I think it's probably a little ways out. They have been absolutely inundated with orders, the kind of gold rush that, even the genius executors at NVIDIA, and I do think these are some of the best executive team potentially in the world, even they couldn't have seen coming what happened. And so they're playing catch up in terms of every product that they make sells out before they can produce it. They are very good at reinvesting in technology. They understand that they have to stay ahead. They've proven that over, well over a decade in terms of innovation. And so I think eventually this company is the best bet for a company that comes out with, like you said, that kind of mom and pop chip that allows every Apple laptop to be as powerful as the data centers that they're selling today. Is that 1 year, 2 years away? Probably not. It's probably 5 to 10 years away. But if you're going to pick one company that's going to be most likely to achieve something truly revolutionary and truly democratize these capabilities, you'd have to put your money on Nvidia, not just because they're the leader right now, but because historically they have shown an absolutely impeccable approach to innovating and reinvesting the profits that they make in the next generation of chips and technology. And I think they'll continue to do that.
Yeah, I want the Jetsons, and I think NVIDIA is going to be right in the mix there, if not leading the charge here, Andy. But you look at this on a longer term. I mean, NVIDIA's had a spectacular run at this point. Here's a 3-year chart. I mean, the stock was under $11, 2.5, 3 years ago at this point. So it's had a good run. Valuations have come down as the stock's pulled back about 24% from its all-time highs. Are investors missing out on this name right now, Andy, or is this an opportunity according to your data?
Yeah, I think it really depends on your time frame. I think if your time frame is 6 weeks or 6 months, then anything's possible. It's a highly volatile name. There's geopolitical reasons that investors may get in or out of the stock. I think if your time frame is 1 year, 3 years, 10 years, then every single day that the stock is on sale is an opportunity, and that's the way to look at it. And you just dollar cost average into one of the best companies in the best spaces with the best technology and best executive team in the world, and just buy it, put it away, and don't think about it. I think it's really just a matter of time frame. There's extreme volatility in this name, along with all of the Mag 7. We've seen that will likely continue for the foreseeable future. But long term, when you're an owner of the best assets in the world, you can sleep pretty easy at night just adding to your position.
Maybe it's Amazon from 20 years ago. Who knows, at this point. Apple from 20 years ago. All right, great stuff, great data as always, Andy. Have a great weekend.
You too, thank you.
All right, that's Andy Swan, co-founder of LikeFolio, breaking down NVIDIA. Kevin, as I mentioned, still in bear market territory here. They got earnings on the 28th, so we got to keep that in perspective. How do you want to look at this one from an example trade?